My name is Caitlin Dice, and I'll be facilitating our session today, our student tutorial for our College of Liberal Arts and Social Sciences career fair and graduate school fair. I do just want to acknowledge a few folks that are in the room today. Jamie Gonzalez and Adalia Espinoza are your class career counselors, and so if you have worked with them, you know that they are a fantastic resource here with University Career Services. As I mentioned, they are going to be in the chat feature, so if you have questions or want to give some shout outs to them, they are there. We also have our executive director, Dr. Monica Thompson, on the call. So you have a really great resources here today that are excited to share with you about this platform and answer any questions that you may have. So I'm going to go ahead and transition in. This is our agenda for today. We've really broken it up into 3 specific sections. So our before, during, and after. And then we have a few FAQs that we've kind of gathered as we've gone through this process of having these events. So just want to go ahead and share that. In there. All right, so let's transition in. So we're going to first talk about before the event. And so when I say before, I do mean from like now until I would say an hour before the event. So the things that I'm going to be discussing are within that time frame. So I just wanted to kind of set that stage. The first thing that we want you to do is to know how to access the event. And so in order to log into Cougar Pathway, you are going to start by going to Access UH. I do want to ask a quick question. If you are able to, you can raise your hand. I'll go over that really quickly. On the top portion of your screen, you're going to see some different icons. There is like a face with like a hand, kind of like giving a high five. So if you can go ahead and raise your hand if you have ever logged into Cougar Pathway before. So go ahead and raise your hand if you've logged into Cougar Pathway before. That'll just give me some context here. All right, good. See, most of you have. Awesome. Okay. So just for those that have not, you're going to log into the Access UH platform and you're going to see an icon called Cougar Pathway. I have it up in the corner there so you can see what that icon looks like. The coloring is a little bit different, but you get the general overall idea of what the icon looks like. And what's going to happen is that it's going to open up into this external platform. So please know this is not through Navigate. This is not through any of those other UH platforms. It is specifically through Cougar Pathway. So that's how you're going to access it. Once you get into the home page, you're going to be able to see a navigation panel on the left-hand side. And that is where you'll see our events tab. You'll be able to click into that. We have multiple different types of events, but one of the ones that we're speaking about today is our career fair in particular. And so you'll be able to see the career fair tab. And then these are the 2 remaining career fairs that we have available and open to students. We are specifically here today to talk about our class career fair. And so I've highlighted that one as well. So all you will do is go ahead and click that career fair. You can click the image, you can click the text, and that's going to bring you into the next section. The next section is going to be, now you are in the virtual career fair. So just so you know, that's how you get in, that's what it looks like. And then this is what that page is going to be as soon as you click into class, the class career fair. A few things that I want to point out here, there are 3 important sections. The first is going to be your chat profile, and you'll be able to see that kind of right by where this teal square is there. I have covered up my information as well as if your information were to be there, that's where it would be located. If you need to edit that for any reason, there is an edit button right there, so it makes it very simple and easy. The other section that I'd like to point out is the employers section, the employers tab. And so you'll see that right here. We'll click on that in a second and you'll be able to see what that looks like. And then the last is going to be the positions. And so we have asked all of the employers that are participating in this event to have jobs and opportunities available for you. And all of those will be living under this jobs tab. So if they have connected that position to the career fair, it will be living there. And you'll be able to scroll through and see all of those different opportunities. So these are really the 3 main sections we want you to be aware of as soon as you get ready to enter into the career fair. The next piece that we want to talk about is how you attend or RSVP. So this is really important as a way for you to make sure that we know you are coming. And then this is also the information that is going to be shared with our employers. So I want to make sure that you have this information. This is one of the key aspects for this. Sorry, one second. I have a few folks that are trying to get back in. Okay, so what we're going to do is on the right-hand side, you're going to see that attend button. You are going to click that and it's going to open up our chat profile. This is where you're going to make sure your information is correct. And you're also going to attach a resume. So this is really important. You will need an approved resume in Cougar Pathway to attend this event. When you do this process, it is naturally going to provide this resume that you've selected to the employer. They will have access to this and they will be able to see it. In addition to that, they will also get a resume book filled with all the students that they have chatted with. And so we want to make sure that we're giving them the correct resume. You do have the option to pick which resume. If you have multiple that are in Cougar Pathway, you can click that and add in whichever resume you want. If you would like to, you could go ahead and create a class career fair resume. We know that we may not, well, one thing that we would encourage for an in-person event would be to have a tailored resume per employer. Unfortunately, that's not as feasible this time around. So just kind of having a general resume that speaks to your skills and abilities, your academic background, your projects, a general resume works really well for this event. So that is where you would add that in. And again, if you need to edit this information, this is how you're going to do that. So you have that edit button that does come up near the chat profile, but just in case for some reason, if you need to do some additional editing, maybe you've changed your major from what's naturally in PeopleSoft right now, you're in the process of changing your major, or some of this information is incorrect, like maybe your graduation date, and maybe you want to update that. In order to do that, you're going to navigate, you'll see the left-hand panel, you're going to navigate down to where it says My Account, and you will click Academic. And within that academic section, you will be able to edit the information that is listed there. There's going to be some fields that are not going to be able to be changed under the personal section. So that's going to include your email and your name. There is a preferred name section. So if you would like to put in your preferred name, you're welcome to. But just know you will not be able to change your email address at this time. You want to make sure you click save, go through that entire process, and then your information will be updated. It should naturally be correct. We are pulling in directly from PeopleSoft, which is our student platform or student information platform. But if for some reason it's not, that is where you would go to edit that. So just to kind of review, we talked about clicking the attend button, completing and adding in your resume, making sure your information was correct. And at that point, you are ready. So you're now ready for the career fair. I'd love to see kind of from the students that are here, again, let's do the raise your hand feature. How many of you have completed this process? So let's go ahead and see, go ahead and raise your hand if you've completed this process thus far. Just kind of want to see where we're at with that. Okay. Most are. Okay, good. So great. So just know that if those of you that have not done this, this is going to be that first step. After this, what's going to happen is now we will know who is attending the event. We'll be able to send you marketing and communications that is going to be specific to you. So let's see. Do we have any? I'm going to pause for a second, just look in the chat and see if there are any questions.
Yeah, Elizabeth asked a really great question. She asked, would it work to finish my resume tomorrow morning? And this is a good chance for me to share with Elizabeth and the other students that Career Services is offering, we offer virtual resume drop-ins to all students. So if you are going to be wrapping up final things tomorrow morning, Elizabeth, from 10 to 11:30, tomorrow we're going to have resume drop-ins via Teams, and so I will share the link in a quick second. So I just wanted to share that, and the same thing for Thursday as well, 10 to 11.
Thank you. To Jesus' question, do the resumes have to be approved before the counselors before attending? The answer to that is yes. Now, if you do have a resume in there that is not approved, it will show up in that list. So I want to let you know that if you have like a pending resume or one that's been denied, unfortunately it does show up in that list. So what we really would ask is to make sure that your resume is approved and making sure that it's ready for that event. So that means going to those drop-in hours that Adalia just mentioned to make sure that it's correct, it's good, it's solid, and then our team can approve that for you and make sure that you're ready. Can Jamie or Adalia, can you check out Kat's question? I'm not quite sure potentially what that is related to. A conversion error. Have you all seen that before? No.
No, I haven't, but let me check into that while you continue. Kat, okay. I'll look at your profile, okay?
Thanks, Adalia. Appreciate that. All right, so just kind of transitioning on, you've added your resume, you're attending, you're good to go. The next thing that we're going to recommend is to check out the list of employers that are participating. So I do want to let you know that currently it was at 55 when I pulled this, but we do know there's a few more folks that have added along the way. So continue to check that out along with the jobs as well. So one thing that I do want to point out is that there is an option for you to star or note that you are interested in an employer. I do want to let you know this actually goes to the employer, so they are able to see this on their end, and they can actually pull a resume book of those that have starred their company. And so I would recommend going in, checking out the employers that you're interested in before the event, and then you can go ahead and just interest them, or click that star to let them know that you are interested in them. We would highly recommend that you do this. It's a pretty simple process. All you're going to do is just click that star and it becomes favorited. So just definitely recommend that prior to, if you have the ability.